What is going on, gamers? Welcome back to PS5 Nexus, your ultimate source for all things gaming. The news cycle is absolutely exploding, and we've got a flood of must-know updates hitting us right now. You're not going to want to miss a second of this, because the gaming world is moving at lightning speed, and we're here to break it all down for you. Get ready for some massive reveals and surprising developments that are shaking up our favorite platforms. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's dive into the hottest news that's dropping today. First up, a highly anticipated dark fantasy RPG has just landed on new consoles, bringing its challenging combat and deep narrative to a whole new audience. We've got all the details on its regional release and what this means for players jumping in for the first time. Then, we're diving into a launch day that sent shockwaves through the digital world. Was it the most anticipated game of the year? Because it certainly felt like it, with reports of massive demand causing widespread system errors across major online stores. We'll explore just how big this impact was. Speaking of that massive launch, a particular console family is still grappling with a critical issue, leaving players in the lurch hours after the global release. We're investigating why one of the biggest platforms is still locked out of this highly sought-after title. And finally, we're looking at the sheer scale of player engagement for this new release. The numbers are in, and they're already shattering records, proving just how much the community has been waiting for this moment. Stick around, because this is the news you need to know. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. A dark fantasy RPG expands its reach. A celebrated dark fantasy role-playing game has just expanded its availability, arriving on new console platforms in a significant regional launch. This move brings a critically acclaimed title, known for its intricate mechanics and compelling narrative, to a wider audience eager for challenging and immersive experiences. The game in question, Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree, developed by Primal Game Studio, has now officially launched on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch consoles across Asia. This release, handled by GCL Global Holdings Limited, through its subsidiary 4Divinity T. Limited, for the Asian region, follows its earlier debut on PC, PlayStation 5 outside Asia, and Xbox Series XS. The publisher, Knights Peak Interactive, has been instrumental in bringing this title to various global markets, with GCL focusing on the expansive Asian gaming landscape. Since its initial release, Primal Game Studio has been diligently working on refining the game's core elements. Players have benefited from ongoing updates and enhancements, a testament to the developer's commitment to incorporating community feedback. This dedication to improvement aims to ensure that the game's deep RPG mechanics, demanding combat system, and story-driven exploration are polished and engaging across all platforms. Both Knights Peak and 4Divinity have pledged to maintain this close dialogue with players, continuously monitoring input to foster a thriving game environment. Sebastian Toke, Group CEO of GCL, expressed his enthusiasm for this new console release, stating, "We're thrilled to bring Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree to both Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. Our goal has always been to deliver a deep, rewarding experience across every platform, and these additions, complete with exclusive content and enhancements with the new game Plus on Switch, are a testament to that commitment. We can't wait for players to immerse themselves and see what's next." This sentiment highlights the added value players can expect, with the Nintendo Switch version set to receive the popular new Game Plus mode in a free update this October, further enriching the experience for handheld and console gamers. The physical and digital editions available for PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch in Asia come bundled with all current updates and features, ensuring a comprehensive experience from the outset. Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree, is now accessible in both standard and deluxe editions across its available platforms, inviting players into its dark, enchanting world. The collaborative effort between GCL, 4Divinity, Primal Game Studio, and Knights Peak Interactive underscores a strategic approach to global game distribution, with a particular focus on bridging cultural divides and introducing high-quality Asian-developed intellectual property to a worldwide audience. This expansion signifies a key step for the title, aiming to capture a significant share of the Asian gaming market and further solidify its presence in the global RPG landscape. The continued support and development promise a robust future for players invested in the world of Mandragora. The arrival of Mandragora. Whispers of the Witch Tree on these new platforms is generating considerable excitement among fans of dark fantasy RPGs, with many eager to experience its challenging gameplay and rich lore on their preferred consoles. Now, hold on to your hats, because the gaming world experienced an unprecedented surge of demand that brought major online stores to their knees. Next, we're diving into the chaos of a highly anticipated games launch that caused widespread system errors. Global stores buckle under unprecedented game launch demand. A highly anticipated digital-only video games release has caused a worldwide frenzy, leading to significant connectivity issues and system errors across major online storefronts for Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. The sheer volume of players attempting to download the title simultaneously overwhelmed server capacities, creating a chaotic launch day experience. The digital nature of modern game distribution offers unparalleled convenience, allowing players immediate access to titles with just an internet connection and a payment method. However, this seamless utility is put to the ultimate test when a game garners immense hype and a massive, dedicated fanbase. Such was the case with Team Cherry's Hollow Knight, Silksong, which launched on Thursday to an overwhelming surge of player interest. The digital-only release meant that millions of fans converged on online stores, eager to be among the first to explore its new world, a scenario that proved too much for many digital infrastructures to handle. Reports of widespread outages and connectivity problems began surfacing across multiple platforms shortly after the game's global release. Down Detector, a service that monitors website and service outages, registered a significant spike in user reports for the Nintendo eShop, the PlayStation Store, and the Xbox Store. While Steam users also experienced considerable strain, the issues were not confined to a single platform. The consistent nature of these problems across the board pointed to a singular, colossal event: the release of Hollow Knight, Silksong. The digital-only status of the game for the foreseeable future amplified the pressure, leaving players with no physical alternative to access the title during the initial rush. For many fans, the excitement of finally playing Silksong was tempered by the frustration of encountering error messages, failed downloads, and inaccessible storefronts. Even those with access through services like Xbox Game Pass reported difficulties in launching or installing the game during the initial rollout. The sheer scale of the demand was evident on platforms like SteamDB, which recorded over 100,000 active users for Silksong within hours of its launch. This figure rapidly surpassed the original Hollow Knight's all-time peak concurrent player count of approximately 70,000, which was achieved years after its initial release. This stark comparison underscored the unprecedented level of immediate player engagement for the sequel. The situation was further exacerbated by ongoing maintenance on some platforms, such as the Nintendo eShop, which Nintendo officially acknowledged, adding to the general disruption. While the developers and platform holders work to stabilize their systems and accommodate the immense player traffic, many are left in a state of anticipation, hoping for a swift resolution. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the immense popularity of the Hollow Knight franchise and the significant infrastructural challenges that can arise from the simultaneous release of a highly anticipated digital-only title. As companies scramble to address these server issues, the gaming community is left to navigate the digital equivalent of a stampede, a testament to the profound impact and fervent anticipation surrounding Hollow Knight, Silksong. The hope remains that these technical difficulties will be resolved promptly, allowing eager players worldwide to finally experience the game they've been waiting so long for. This widespread digital chaos has left many players frustrated, but the situation is particularly dire for users of one major console ecosystem. Next, we investigate why a specific platform is still completely locked out of this massively popular release. PlayStation users left waiting as Silksong launch suffers persistent storefront failure. Hollow Knight, Silksong has officially launched globally, but a significant portion of the gaming community on PlayStation consoles is experiencing a frustrating delay, with the game remaining inaccessible on the PlayStation Store hours after its worldwide debut. Despite being listed on the network, players are unable to purchase or download the title, leaving Sony's ecosystem in a state of limbo. The launch of Hollow Knight, Silksong was met with an avalanche of player demand that crippled digital storefronts across multiple platforms, including Steam, Xbox, and Nintendo. However, the issue has persisted most notably for PlayStation users. As of the global release on September 4, 2025, the PlayStation Store continued to display Silksong with only an option to add it to a wishlist, rather than allowing for purchase or immediate download. While the game's data, including download sizes, has been confirmed to exist on the PlayStation Network backend, its public availability has yet to be enabled. Neither Sony nor developer Team Cherry has provided an estimated time for resolution, leaving players in the dark. This ongoing PlayStation-specific problem follows an already tumultuous launch day. The overwhelming interest in Silksong caused widespread outages and errors on nearly every major digital storefront. As reported by industry observers, the sheer strain on online services was immense, with comments likening the experience to facing the game's notoriously difficult bosses. Reports of failed transactions, broken downloads, and system errors were rampant across platforms. Even users of Xbox Game Pass, which offers day-one access, faced initial difficulties launching or installing the game. The immediate popularity was undeniable, with SteamDB tracking over 100,000 concurrent players within hours of release, a figure that significantly surpassed the original Hollow Knight's all-time peak player count years after its launch. The disruption extended to other platforms as well. Nintendo officially acknowledged an issue with its eShop, confirming that it was undergoing maintenance to address the launch day rush. Despite these widespread technical glitches, Hollow Knight, Silksong is technically available on PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and Nintendo Switch. It remains accessible on day one through Xbox Game Pass, though that service was also not immune to the launch day traffic surge. The continued unavailability on PlayStation, however, stands out as a particularly significant hurdle, impacting a large segment of the potential player base. The situation highlights the challenges of managing massive global launches for highly anticipated digital titles. The resilience and capacity of online infrastructure are put to the test, and when one platform experiences prolonged issues, it can significantly dampen the celebratory mood of a game's release. Fans are anxiously awaiting an update from Sony and Team Cherry, hoping that the PlayStation storefront will soon be rectified, allowing them to join the global phenomenon. This persistent issue on the PlayStation platform is a major talking point, with the community eagerly awaiting news on when they can finally access and play this much-hyped title on their consoles. While some players are still waiting to get their hands on the game, others are already setting new benchmarks for player engagement. Next, we reveal the staggering player count numbers that are already making history. Hollow Knight, Silksong shatters player count records on day one. In a stunning display of popularity and pent-up demand, Hollow Knight, Silksong has achieved a monumental player count on its launch day, rapidly surpassing the all-time peak concurrent player numbers of its predecessor. This record-breaking performance underscores the immense anticipation for the sequel and its immediate impact on the gaming landscape. The launch of Hollow Knight, Silksong was undeniably one of the most anticipated events in recent gaming history. The original Hollow Knight, released years ago, cultivated a dedicated fanbase through its challenging gameplay, rich atmosphere, and compelling world-building. The announcement of a sequel generated massive excitement, and upon its release, players demonstrated their eagerness in unprecedented numbers. Data from SteamDB revealed that within mere hours of the game's global debut, Silksong had already attracted over 100,000 active users. This figure is particularly significant when compared to the original Hollow Knight, which reached its peak concurrent player count of approximately 70,000 only years after its initial launch. This rapid surge in player engagement highlights the success of Team Cherry's marketing and the enduring appeal of the franchise. The sequel's digital-only release, while contributing to server strain issues across various platforms, also meant that players could jump in instantly once storefronts stabilized. The numbers suggest that a vast majority of the game's potential audience was ready and waiting to play from the moment it became available. This immediate success not only validates the development effort, but also sets a new benchmark for indie titles achieving mainstream player numbers on such a grand scale. The record-breaking player count is a testament to the community's dedication and the widespread critical acclaim the game has already garnered. Reviews and player feedback, despite the launch day technical difficulties, have largely been overwhelmingly positive, praising the game's intricate design, challenging combat, and expansive world. The sheer volume of players logging in simultaneously is an indicator of Silksong's immediate cultural impact within the gaming sphere, solidifying its status as a major release. This remarkable achievement also points to the growing influence of digital distribution and subscription services like Xbox Game Pass, which provided day-one access to Silksong for many players. The combination of high anticipation, critical praise, and accessible platforms has created a perfect storm for record-breaking engagement. As the game continues to be explored by its massive player base, it is likely to maintain high engagement levels, further cementing its place in gaming history. The impressive player count isn't just a number. It represents a vibrant and active community ready to dive deep into the world of Silksong, explore its secrets, and conquer its challenges. This launch day triumph is a clear signal that the Hollow Knight saga has captured the hearts and minds of gamers worldwide. And that wraps up our top stories for today. What an incredible day for gaming news. We've got a lot more coming your way, so make sure you're subscribed. And that's a wrap on today's essential gaming news. We saw Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree, expand its dark fantasy world to new consoles in Asia. Then, the colossal demand for Hollow Knight. Silksong caused global storefront crashes, leaving many waiting, especially on PlayStation. But the hype was real, with Silksong shattering player count records right out of the gate. Don't miss out on any future updates. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on today's news, and follow us on all our social channels for even more gaming content. Thanks for watching PS5 Nexus, and we'll see you in the next one.